lot of people were worried about Itsugi when it came to this chapter of Ichi the Witch, mainly because a lot of us were expecting him to just poof, vanish because of what happened in the previous chapter with Chrono. But he's still moving around, he's still kicking, which I had a feeling anyway, because I didn't really think that we were going to get rid of him that easily. But we do get a lot of focus on him in this chapter, and we also get a lot of focus on Desscaras as well, which I am super excited for. Like, I'm really excited to see what's going to be happening with that moving forward, especially with how the chapter ended and how we're going to be getting some insight on the one moment that really messed up her life. So there's definitely a few things that I do want to talk about regarding this chapter of Ichi the Witch. So if you guys have any thoughts of your own when it comes to how you guys personally feel about everything that happened in this Ichi the Witch chapter, be sure to let me know as always in the comments below, and let's dive in and just talk about this. So from the moment the trial begins, it's clear that its purpose isn't to measure skill. It's built to push the characters into the deepest corners of their emotions. They're thrown into a space filled with thousands of bodies forced to move again, and that alone creates a heaviness that sits over the entire chapter. The more I read, the more I understood that this isn't a simple challenge, it's something meant to expose the parts of a person they try to keep hidden. Itsuge explains that the difficulty of these trials grows based on how much inner conflict someone carries. That single explanation changes how the entire scene feels, because instead of seeing the trial as random or cruel, it becomes something shaped precisely for the person experiencing it. If someone has pain, guilt, or anger buried inside them, the trial brings those feelings to the surface through its design and intensity. This idea gives the trial a new kind of weight. The environment acts like a reflection, showing someone the emotional strain they're holding on to. Every step forward becomes harder, not just because of the danger, but because of what the trial represents. It forces the characters to confront things they might have wanted to avoid, and Hitsuge's belief that caring for others is a flaw shapes the battlefield in a way that feels personal. He sees emotional connection as weakness, and the trial reflects that belief. Knowing this makes every moment more unsettling, and Desscaras commands this chapter with her presence. From her first moment in the trial, she refuses to be shaken. She doesn't let Hitsuge control the emotional tone of the situation. Every word she speaks, every look she gives him, holds a level of determination that sets her apart. She carries herself like someone who has no intention of letting fear define her. And her comments towards Hitsuge come from a place of clarity. She sees his bitterness clearly, and she understands that his goal is to break down anyone who still values emotional bonds. Instead of letting that mindset get to her, she challenges it. Every time she pushes back, it shows how strong her resolve is and how unwilling she is to let him shape how she feels. In the heat of the battle, her strength becomes even more apparent. Her movements are sharp, focused, and precise, and she fights like someone who has carried heavy burdens before and refuses to let another one bring her down. She isn't just powerful, she's anchored. Her attitude and her skill combined to create a presence that commands attention. And throughout the chapter, Desscaras shows that strength doesn't always come from attacking harder. It comes from holding on to who you are even when the world tries to break you. The final page of this chapter completely changes the meaning of everything that came before. When one of the bodies reaches out and calls Desscaras big sister, the entire tone shifts instantly. This isn't just another figure in the trial. This is her brother, reshaped into something she never expected to see again. And that moment breaks through all the strength that she carried throughout the chapter. Everything that she projected when it came to her confidence, the defiance that she had, the composure, suddenly feels like the last layer of protection she had left. Seeing her brother in this state strikes directly at the emotional center the trial was designed to target. It forced her to confront something that she wasn't prepared for. The impact hits as hard as it does because the chapter never hinted at this twist directly. It gives her room to shine in her strength before revealing the one thing capable of overwhelming her. That contrast makes the reveal feel earned rather than sudden, and it fits perfectly with the idea that this trial reflects a person's deepest wounds. Ending the chapter here was the strongest choice possible, because it leaves the future uncertain. It deepens Desscaras' character more than any previous moment, and it raises the emotional stakes for what comes next. It's the kind of twist that stays with you and makes you think about everything the chapter was building towards. So yeah, like I was talking about in the beginning of this review, we're going to be getting some focus on Desscaras moving forward when it comes to diving deeper into her, when it comes to the one thing that's really breaking her apart. Because we knew about this before when it came to Desscaras and everything that happened with her brother. You know, she has a lot of emotion surrounding that, and we're probably going to see her grow from that with these next couple of chapters with this trial that she's currently on. So I am looking forward to that, just to see her grow as a character. I mean, obviously I'm not looking forward to seeing her, you know, traumatized again, because like I said, you know, just a few seconds ago, she was really messed up from that. But it's going to be a nice moment to see her character grow, and hopefully she's able to move past this, because, you know, like I said, I was not expecting this to be what we saw towards the end. But just looking at how the chapter ended, I mean, things are only going to get worse for Desscaras moving forward, especially when it comes to what happened with her brother. Like, you really want to mess with someone, you really want to get into their head and really mess with their emotions, that's definitely one way to do it. But those are my thoughts on this chapter of Ichi the Witch. So now I want to hear how you guys feel about it. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Is there anything in specific that you want to let me know when it comes to how you felt about this chapter? Be sure to let me know, of course, in the comment section down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video and you liked what I had to say, be sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you want to follow me on my social media so you don't always have to hear from me on YouTube, be sure to check out my X, my Instagram, my TikTok, and Facebook. All the links to my social media accounts are located in the description below, so be sure to follow me on here. Also, I happen to really like anime. I also really happen to like manga. I also really happen to like Ichi the Witch. I think that's probably one of the reasons why I made this video today, because not only do I love this series, but I also really love talking about it. Is there a place where I can talk about that more with people? Oh yeah, join my Discord server, guys. Please join my Discord server so we can talk more about not only Ichi the Witch, but our love for anime and manga. I always leave the link in the description, but it's always pinned in the comments. So if you guys have anything that you want to say to me, join that link, because I would love to grow my community more. Be sure to click on that bell for notifications so you guys are notified whenever I'm dropping a new video on the channel. I hope all the guys are having a fantastic day, wherever the day may be, if it's the daytime, the nighttime, or the evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.